I'm British.
Well, I'm part French and part Indian, so I think we're about to go to war for 7 years.
What a war that was. Dietary neglect is over. We are now taxing your tea, your paper,
Your sugar?
and you can't move west of the Appalachian Mountains.
Try Massachusetts circular letter, Stamp Act Congress, and sinking
Boston Tea Party?
Boston Tea Party?
Tensions are way too high. We're gonna have to fight this out. We're declaring our independence now.
No.
We still win though.
That's true.
Peace of Paris made that true.
It did. Treaty of Paris. Dang it. 1783. Hello. You may be familiar with the term patriot and loyalist, but what are they, really? Patriots were the American colonists who wanted their independence from Britain because they felt they were being restricted by their mother country. Loyalists, also known as Tories, wanted to stay with Great Britain for trade purposes. They wanted to remain loyal. That's it for today on the stairs with Bailey.
Oh, hello. Now that we're all tied up in this war, we want to build a government that veers as far away from monarchy as possible and gives as much power to the state legislatures as we can. So, we've made the Articles of Confederation, which basically did nothing because Congress couldn't tax, or raise a militia, or do anything. But it got us through the war, and we won.
Hello, Constitutional Convention of 1877. Well, basically you had a lot of different people with a lot of different interests. So you had people in smaller states that favored the New Jersey plan because it had only 2 legislators go to Congress. However, you had people in the larger states favor the Virginia plan because it was based off population, and percentage of the population went to Congress from each state. This was solved through the Connecticut Compromise, which created a bicameral legislature, which each state sent 2 people to the Senate and a percentage of their population to the House of Representatives. This then presented another issue, which was solved through the 3/5 Compromise. The South, still having slavery, wanted to count the slaves as people, giving them more representation in the House of Representatives. The solution to this was to consider each slave 3/5 of a person instead of an entire human being. Once these problems were solved, the Constitution was submitted for ratification on September 17, 1787.
Why, hello there. Have a seat. Today, I'm going to tell you about everything from the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists to George Washington's farewell address and beyond. After the Constitution was submitted for ratification, Federalists were pro-Constitution, and they wrote the Federalist Papers. Federalists included John Jay, Alexander Hamilton, and James Madison. Yeah. And they were like, you don't need a Bill of Rights because the Constitution covers your rights. And the Anti-Federalists were like, no, we're not approving till there's a Bill of Rights. So in 1791, the Bill of Rights was ratified, and the Constitution went into full effect later. I don't know. Anyway, as you should know, George Washington was our first president ever. As Washington was leaving office, he had a farewell address that warned America not to do 4 specific things. He warned against sectionalism, the form of political parties. He warned against permanent alliances, and warned against the U.S. entangling themselves with foreign affairs. As you can tell, we have done all of those things since then. During Adams' presidency, there were the Federalists, and that included Alexander Hamilton, and they were advocates of a big bank. They were more advocates of business. They were pro-British. But then there were also the Democratic Republicans, and that was Madison and Thomas Jefferson, good old TJ, and they were bigger fans of agriculture, and they were advocates of states' rights, and they were strict interpreters of the Constitution. Now, the Federalists passed the Alien and Sedition Acts, and they were like, okay, it put all these limitations because they wanted to maintain their spots in office. But then the Democratic Republican states of Kentucky and Virginia passed the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions, where they were like, no, we nullify this because you're violating our rights. Anyway, long story short, the Federalists, they were gone, and TJ got voted into office. SAQ tips.
Read all parts of the question.
Know your vocabulary and definitions.
If you get a political cartoon, make sure to look at all the words and details.
Only write what you need. Be concise.
Pace yourself.
Don't just make bullet points. Make sure to write in complete sentences.
Is it filming?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ben Franklin. The colonists need to unify in Albany.
Sounds good, yeah.
Except it fails.
British? No.
What?
Salutary neglect ends.
I don't know how to respond to that.
No, you're supposed to say.
After Washington's
Aww. I hate how my hands are just like hanging.